This is a great episode. I kind of like forgot about it in a way. I just feel like there is some like really important things that happen, but also there's also just like some cool fights that go down in this episode. I just think it's a really well done episode. And we're introduced to a lot of new characters. So
Mhm.
it was a good watch. I actually watched it twice to really take everything in. Yeah.
Yeah, I also watched it twice. Let me see. Yeah, there's quite a bit to talk about, honestly. I feel like this episode is maybe the most like exciting action since the end of episode one. Um, some pretty cool characters that we get to see. But
Yeah, well, and also I was just looking on IMDb before this, and it's rated a 9.1 out of 10 on IMDb, so it's the third highest rated episode of this season. So of season
okay.
after the finale and then the episode before the finale. So it's a popular one. Everyone's a big fan of this one.
Yeah. I mean it's pretty exciting. It's pretty awesome. A ton of really fun moments.
Mhm.
Um, Again, like on the rewatch of season one, I think a lot of the smaller moments, just mainly with like Debbie and Nolan and Mark, like just because of all the context that is added, um, because we've seen two full seasons, like I get a lot of rewatch value out of that stuff, maybe
Mhm.
just as much, if not more so than like the actual fighting and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, I really like, again, like it's just so fun watching Nolan continue his like, oh, he's Omni-Man and he's an awesome father and husband, and this is just gonna be awesome superhero stuff for the rest of the show. Uh, I really like when he's training with Mark in space, and
Mhm.
Mark gets a text or a call from Amber, um, which how does that work in space?
I don't know. I don't question it.
Yeah, and just now, I didn't question it till just this moment. But Omni-Man's like, I promise you, whatever's going on there, this is more important. But Mark, this is like teenage
Yeah.
complaining, and he's like, all right, just this one time. So it's just kind of a fun, like, you know, why can't this just be the vibe?
Yeah. Well, and like going back to what you said, it's interesting to see like Omni-Man just continue on with his life, kind of unsuspected, or not unsuspected, but like he hasn't been like caught.
Outed? Yeah,
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 he hasn't been outed yet. So
right.
it's just kind of icky to
I
see
know.
going on as a
Yeah.
murderer.
What did you think about all the Debbie stuff this episode?
I love Debbie, and I think she's just so incredibly smart and an
Mm,
independent woman.
mm,
And I think this episode like really showcases that. And I think it shows that she's not scared in a way to kind of find out the truth.
right.
Um, and she just like had a whole plan. And it's I love the sequence where she's like trying to figure like find the suit. And she can't seem to find it anywhere, and you kind of see her give up for a second, but then she looks at the vent and she that's where
Right.
she finds it. And so I think she just kind of realizes what she has to do in these moments, and like she would rather like sacrifice her relationship with Omni-Man than like just continue living in a lie.
Yeah, I mean, she's definitely very like once that the thought is like planted in her head by Damien Darkblood, like she has to at least look into it,
Hmm.
even though it's her husband, um, which I think is just like just makes her such a good character, kind of almost acting against her like self interest and what
Yeah,
she's kind of disturbing her own peace. Um,
not protecting her peace.
yeah, uh, but like she just has to do it.
Yeah. Well, oh, I was gonna say Debbie has never done anything in any of the seasons where I've been like, why'd she do that? Or like, I don't like that she did that. Like Debbie is just a
Yeah,
consistent character that I'm like, go Debbie.
yeah. I think she really like grounds the world of Invincible,
Hmm.
probably more than any other character, mainly
Yeah.
just because she's just kind of like this like moral compass for
Yeah.
Mark, really. And um, I don't know. I don't really know what happens to her in the comics, but
Oh, I'm scared.
I know. I hope she's not like Spider-Man No Way Home,
Oh my
Aunt May, you know. But it could be like good like storytelling too to have that plot point at some
God.
point. But
If Invincible ever died, I'd be like, I get it. Like he's a
right.
superhero.
Yeah,
Like sometimes that happens. But if Debbie died, I'd be like, no,
I know.
Debbie
She just deserves good stuff.
does. Yeah. Good episode. Do you have any other favorite moments from this episode?
Yeah, well, speaking of Debbie, I really like that small interaction where Nolan from she's like on her phone, kind of starting to sleuth, and Nolan's like, "Hey, Debbie, like, what was the name of that?" I wrote it down. What was the name of that place in Bordeaux? The one with the chocolate pastry thingies? And then she like tells him, he's like, "Ah, that's what it is. Thanks." Um, like, what is he doing? Like, he's here on. I love how that he's here on his like Viltrumite mission,
Yeah.
but like he's also just living life. So he's like, man, these chocolate pastries are really awesome.